Is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent. I was a teaching instructor there. I've worked thousands of IRS cases. Matter of fact, I finally decided to write a book. I'm not peddling the book today, but I know what I'm talking about. If you owe a lot of money, how do you avoid the wrath of IRS? Well, I was the wrath of IRS. You're speaking to somebody that was. I've seized hundreds and hundreds of items, cars, boats, planes, you name it, and I used to seize it. So I'm trying to have you stay out of problems. Anybody, whether you have a small debt or a large debt. I'm speaking today people who owe a lot of money with the IRS, but the same thing applies. So as a former IRS agent, as an agent when I was working there, I should say, the first two questions out of my mouth, and you have to be able to address these to be on the good grace side, not on the wrath side, is, are all your tax returns filed? Check. And have you fixed the problem? In other words, if you're self-employed, are you making estimate payments, or have you changed your withholding? You have to answer yes to those questions. If not, do it now, do it soon, because the agent like me coming out, the fury coming out of my nostrils is just going to increase, because you have to understand, when I get a case, an inventory at IRS, if you keep owing more debt, my ass gets in trouble. I'm not going to get my ass in trouble for you. So those are the first two things. So making estimate payments is difficult, but if you don't, IRS is coming for you even twice as hard. So for what IRS wants to do, they want to simply close their case. They want to close the case that they have. They have to get a financial statement and put you in either uncollectible, a payment agreement, or you get an IRS settlement through the offer and compromise. I mean, I've closed most of my cases actually get closed currently non-collectible because people really don't have the money. 7,000 offers were accepted. You have to understand your current financial statement right now that goes into IRS determines what's going to happen in your IRS case. What does IRS do? They can't predict the future, so they look back the last 6 months, and the last 6 months determines how IRS is going to work with you. Now, a person who negotiates a lot, as former agent, will throw a lot of things into that brownie mix to say this, and this, but generally, to the average person listening to this, your last 6 months are going to determine the framework for IRS closing your case. So you need to know that. The other thing you need to know is IRS is going to look at your expenses and apply the IRS national standards. What are those? You should look them up, YouTube them. The IRS national standard says what you are allowed to spend monthly for food and clothing, housing and utilities, car payment, and car expenses. That's going to be a shocker to you, because the financial statement you're going to want to give IRS, that's my Belgian Malinois, and the one that IRS is going to accept, and the numbers are going to be two different things. And that's why most of you, when you call IRS, are going to wind up with a Jamungo payment agreement, because these national standards are going to hit you like a ton of bricks. They really were. That's why, like, when people call us, we kind of, we want to work with your financial statement. You just don't give IRS your financial statement right away without someone looking at us. So if you owe a lot of money to IRS, you should contact me, really, or maybe somebody who has the same skill level, but you're not going to find that. But I'm just letting you know, those people are out there. You may have a good friend that does this really well, but yeah, you've got to work hundreds of cases, just to have the knowledge of how you resolve these cases. Remember your current financial statement that you give IRS. IRS will ask for it on some form of a 433A form, is going to drive how your hair day goes with IRS. Thank you for listening. I'm always available for a call. You could text me or email me. Thank you so much. I appreciate the subscription and your ear today.